Welcome to the No Spin News, Tuesday, July 8th, 2025. Stand up for your country. America is undergoing a cultural shift. All right. So after years of drifting leftward, that's how Biden and Obama got elected. Now that stopped completely. And the country's coming back. Now, it's not in conservative territory yet, but the progressive left, the far left, is desperate, and they are in serious trouble. And that is the subject of this evening's Talking Points Memo. I will make my case, as always, on a factual basis. Okay, here we go. So there is anger on the left. The big bill signed July 4th by President Trump stops progressive taxation for 3.5 years. That is where the progressives live. If you just want to break it all the way down, stop the trans stuff and all of that other business, and you want to get to the essential progressive point, it is this. You take money away from the achievers, from the wealthy. You take it away. The government takes that money away from them and gives it to people who are not achieving very much. That is the progressive philosophy. When that is impossible to do at the federal level because of this bill, the progressive movement collapses. They have nowhere to go. Add to that, the Supreme Court saying to the progressives, we are not going to honor any district federal judge stopping presidential orders or congressional legislation. We're not going to allow it. You have to have a jurisdictional basis. It's complicated, but we went over it. So the Supreme Court has stopped that madness. So now where do the progressives go? Can't go into the court system any longer. And in the political system, Donald Trump rules as Republicans control the House and the Senate. So progressives, at least until November 26, are screwed. Okay? This is the only way I can say it. They got nowhere to go. They are furious. And they are acting out. Okay? So it used to be that the left-wing media was powerful enough to ram home what the progressives wanted. Gay marriage, a good example of that. Okay? So when I started at Fox, even Barack Obama was against gay marriage. Nobody wanted gay marriage. All right? They said, no, we can have partnerships, but gay marriage, got to leave it alone because it's a sacrament in many religions. And, well, now we have gay marriage all over the place. And that was largely a media-driven thing. The media shamed people. If you were opposing gay marriage, you were homophobic, you were a terrible person, you got attacked. And the media won that. Left-wing media won it. Not that I care. I never cared about the issue at all. I suggested that for a traditional society, it would be better to have the partnerships, legal partnerships. But am I upset? No, I don't get involved with that kind of stuff. But I do understand how the media got it done. Then you have the left-wing media under Trump falling apart. So CBS News is to pay Trump $16 million for favoring Kamala Harris. That's pretty much it. ABC News has to pay Trump $16 million for defaming him. That's George Stephanopoulos, okay? CNN has collapsed. The audience is gone. It's not coming back. Those are the three big outlets, and NBC is going to collapse too. You wait and see. It will. So now both the progressive left and the media allies are venting hatred against Trump. It's always been bad, but now it's at a level never before seen in this country, except for Abraham Lincoln. All right, so the floods devastate Texas. And it's horrible because so many children were killed. And George Stephanopoulos, the face of ABC News, owned by Disney, comes on the air and basically says that the flood deaths were caused by Trump's cutbacks in some federal agencies. That's what Stephanopoulos says. That is about as irresponsible, and he wasn't alone. Stephanopoulos wasn't alone, but he was the biggest name peddling that. And he didn't wait until after the catastrophe was over. He did it right in the middle of it. I've never seen anything that irresponsible, ever. So last night I went on News Nation, Leland Vedder, and we were talking about the collapse of the progressive left, and here's what I said, go. What angered me in your montage the most was Stephanopoulos. And I think these people need to be called out now. Look, Scott Pelley, CBS 60 Minutes, hates Trump's guts. All right? Stephanopoulos hates his guts. That's why CBS and ABC had to settle for a combined $35 million. Because those two men, prominently featured, have now discarded any fairness and are on a jihad to destroy Donald Trump. It's very important for those media companies to acknowledge that. And apparently they can't rein these guys in. Stephanopoulos' question was so hateful, and he had nothing to back it up.
Right.
So why is Disney allowing that? Now, before Leland came on the air at 9 o'clock and interviewed me, News Nation did an hour reporting on what happened in the floods, brought on a National Weather Service person who had a timeline of the warnings and clearly said, we didn't have any cutbacks. We did everything the same we always do. But the people were in the woods. They didn't have, a lot of them, internet access. So they didn't hear it. And apparently nobody above drove down and said, get the hell out of here. That was good reporting, honest reporting that News Nation did. That's why I'm associated with that network. Okay, that's why I'm on these programs. So anyway, when you get to that level where individual death, tragic death, is blamed on a president of the United States because of ideological hatred, you know you're in a zone that's the twilight zone. In addition, PBS, NPR, Planned Parenthood, no more federal money. And that's right. If you don't believe that NPR and PBS are progressive organizations, then you're lying to yourself. And Planned Parenthood is in business pretty much to promote abortion. Yeah, they do some other things, but they can operate on their own. They don't need a Roman Catholic's money, tax money, to promote abortion that the Roman Catholic thinks is morally reprehensible. You don't do that. It's against our Constitution. So they're gone as far as federal money is concerned. And then the leftist schools. So you saw the University of Pennsylvania knock out all the trans stuff. Harvard's going to lose. I mean, it's already hemorrhaging money. Columbia University doesn't know what to do. Barnard, which is associated with Columbia, they surrendered today. And they're on the run. So every single progressive tenet, because of President Trump, is on the decline, severe decline. Let's go to California. Is there a more troubled state in the union than California? The National Guard had to go in there along with Marines because the governor and the mayor of LA wouldn't protect their own people from violent demonstrators. They would not do it. Does it get worse than that? Did the National Guard go anywhere else? So you can see that the progressive movement is, for the moment, I'm sure they'll make a comeback, a lot of money, a lot of Soros money, and they have no leader. Who's the leader? Chuck Schumer? I guess he's the most powerful Democrat. The man would lose a primary to Ocasio-Cortez if she decides to run against him. Schumer's done, finished. I saw him over the weekend. He looks just shot, okay? And that's the memo. To celebrate Independence Day, our good sponsor, All Family Pharmacy, is offering a buy one, get one free sale running through July 4th till the 13th. That means if you order 90 capsules, they'll send you 90 more free. And yes, the doctor's prescription is included, no extra steps, no coupon needed. It's the kind of freedom and convenience most pharmacies just do not offer. So, if you've been meaning to stock up, now's the time to do it before the sale ends. Order online, go to allfamilypharmacy.com/bill, allfamilypharmacy.com/bill. Celebrate your freedom and protect your health today. Okay, YouTube channel, want you to sign on up free. youtube.com/Bill O'Reilly. I'm analyzing how ridiculous the welfare state is, that America's got 100 million people now on welfare of some kind. It's going to really, and it's growing because there's no strings there. Used to be, but now Trump administration puts them on, but they're still very light. So that's what I talk about on our YouTube commentary. Let's go to the mail. We got Gerald, who's a concierge member. This is important. Gerald has direct access to me. If he wants to know anything, inside info, if he's got a problem of any kind, we're right there within 24 hours. So Gerald said Musk starts a new party and all it does is weaken the already chaotic Republican Party. The only people he would be helping in this power arena are the Democrats, not the regular folks. I don't know about that. I just don't think that there's a big group that's going to go into the America Party. I don't think it's going to amount to much. Could be wrong. Kathy Ann, isn't independent a third party? You can register as one. They have candidates. There's no structure for it, though. I'm a registered independent in New York. And I do that because I don't want to be bothered with a million, political propaganda things sent to me. And I want to let people know that I'll vote for the best problem solver. But the independent party don't have a convention. They don't have a structure. It's more of a state of mind. Jeff Safransky, somewhere, California. My understanding is that a hospital is reducing staff in response to the Medicare changes through the big, beautiful bill. Are you able to explain this, O'Reilly? Yeah, I mean, sure. If you have fewer people getting Medicaid, then the hospitals are going to be less crowded, and you don't need as much personnel. So what does that mean? Nobody's guaranteed a job in a capitalist society, except union people. But hey, fewer people in a hospital, fewer employees. Linda Brown, Jacksonville, Florida. Sorry, Linda, I know you're not boring, or I wouldn't have picked your letter. I was wondering if you could give an update on Doge since Elon left. I don't have any update. I don't know what they're doing. I have no idea. But it's a good question. And we'll put out some feelers, try if we can define it. Michael Cretaro, Canastota, New York. First, Pam Bondi goes on Fox News and says the Jeffrey Epstein file is on her desk. Now she releases a statement saying there is no list of people on the Epstein file. Does she think we're stupid? Trump needs to address this. Donald Trump's never going to address it. However, the Justice Department should. They did try to do it today, and it didn't work. Here's what needs to be done. And I'm going to write a message of the day tomorrow on BillO'Reilly.com about it. Pam Bondi should have a press conference. All right? And she should say exactly what she knows. And if she can make it public, okay. If she can't, okay. There's a good reason, and I'm going to have that reason for you tomorrow in the message of the day, why you just can't throw this thing out there. It's a very valid reason because I talked about it with President Trump, eye to eye, man to man. And that'll be in the message of the day. Jeff Sweeney, San Diego. If someone values facts, I'd like to understand the issues so I can draw my own conclusions. That's why I appreciate the No Spin News. President Trump's bill is projected to add $3.3 trillion to the deficit over 10 years. By comparison, federal deficit increased by $7 trillion under Biden. Well, I prefer to stop adding to the deficit altogether. Doesn't this represent a step forward? Yeah. Biden is the biggest spender in American history. And he didn't even know what he was spending it on. He didn't even know, as we explored earlier. So, yeah, it's a step forward. But Trump's not a austere guy. He's a spender. Nisha Norian, Blythe, California. Hey, Bill, thank you for your service to our country. I'd love to read and enjoyed all of your books. Can you give me some recommendations of biographies for the summer? This is a concierge question, usually, Nisha. If you're a concierge member, I give you all kinds of stuff like that. But I'm going to do this so I can do a commercial for concierge membership to BillO'Reilly.com. I'm reading a bio now on Clint Eastwood because I like Eastwood. I think the guy came from nothing into the most powerful screen presence in the country. How did he do that? Okay, so it's biography of Clint Eastwood by Sean Levy. And it's good, but you got to like Eastwood. Okay, if you don't care about him, you're not going to read it. So that's the key to all biographies. You got to be very interested in a person. Now, my biography that I wrote, so it's an autobiography, is a bold, fresh piece of humanity. Kind of forgotten because I wrote about it way back. That book you'll like. All right, let's go to the BillO'Reilly.com store. We are going to hold our 4th of July sale to the weekend, through the weekend probably. If you are premium and concierge members, you get humongous discounts. If you're just a civilian, you get a good discount. So it's humongous versus good. We want you to have this for the summer. It's very fun. You make a lot of friends. You'll have good conversations. So go to the store and get that stuff. Confronting Evil, 2 months away. I can't believe it. 2 months away. September 9th, 2025 will be released. If you pre-order it from us, you will get it first. If you become a premium or a concierge member, you get it free. Great deal. Word of the day, to not be a cretin. C-R-E-T-I-N. Now, it doesn't have anything to do with the island of Crete in the Mediterranean. A cretin is it's a good word, though. When I was a teacher, I used to call the urchins, some of them anyway, cretins. I'll be back with some interesting stuff about a coup I got caught up in 1991. It wasn't supposed to get this bad. You were on top of your bills, then inflation hit. Prices up 26% from just a few years ago. It's not your fault. You've fallen into debt. But there's a smarter and easier way out. It's called Done with Debt. They don't push loans or bankruptcy on you. Done with Debt are negotiators who go head-to-head with your credit card and loan companies. They have one goal: to reduce or eliminate your debt altogether. Done with Debt moves very fast. Most clients see more money in their pocket by month 1. But hurry, because some of their debt erasing strategies are time sensitive. Don't make another bill payment until you talk to a Done with Debt strategist. It's free. So please visit donewithdebt.com. That's donewithdebt.com. We know credit card debt is crushing American families, and summertime expenses make it even worse. Most people rely on credit cards that charge 20, even 30% interest. Homeowners, you do not have to keep living like this. American Financing has a smarter, more strategic way to get your finances in order. They will show you how to use your home's equity to pay off that high interest debt. One low payment, no upfront fees, just honest help from salary-based mortgage consultants. Their customers save an average of $800 a month. And if you start today, you might be able to delay your next 2 mortgage payments. So don't wait. Please call American Financing, 888-462-9557. 888-462-9557. AmericanFinancing.net/bill. Take control of your financial future today. Okay, here's the final thought of the day. Haiti is evaporating. It's a shame. Been in the country 3-4 times. Vibrant people, nice people, got the whole cultural thing, different than any place else in the Caribbean. But it's violent, and there's no government anymore, despite the fact that the United States has sent tens of billions of dollars to that island. Totally wasted, stolen. Gangs run the entire island. So there's a hotel there that I stay at when I go. Oloffson Hotel, very famous. Graham Greene stayed there when he wrote his novel, The Comedians, about Haiti. Jagger was there, Jackie Kennedy, Barbara Walters, Elizabeth Taylor, Jimmy Buffett, all these people. So I was there in 1991, and we were doing a story about the voodoo culture in Haiti. At the time, the guy who ran the place was Aristide, who was a former Catholic cleric, totally incompetent. And they had a rebellion while we were there at the Oloffson. Okay? Man, that was scary. We could hear it. We could hear screaming and pounding and shooting, and they were burning people alive by putting tires over them. And we thought they were going to come up to the hotel. Okay? So we called the American embassy, and the embassy people said, we can't help you. Try to get to the airport. You couldn't get to the airport. All the roads were blocked by the people trying to overthrow Aristide. Okay. I remember this. So my crew were petrified. I was a little, no sleep that night. We were watching because the hotel's on a hill in Port-au-Prince, outside of Port-au-Prince. So in order for people, you'd see them coming, all right? But there was no security there. It wasn't like people were going to protect you. Now, the Oloffson they burn it down over the weekend. The gangs burn it down this weekend, okay? For no reason, just because the gangs wanted to burn it down. And the State Department won't let you go to Haiti anyway, so you can't go even if you want to go. Once you get on a relief thing, it's so dangerous. Probably the most dangerous country in the Western Hemisphere, maybe the world. I wouldn't go, and I've been everywhere. I've been to 86 countries, and then a lot of them have been dangerous. I wouldn't go there because there's just no protection. It's like if you go to Sinaloa, Mexico, you're asking for it. You go to Haiti, you're asking for it, and you'll get it. They'll kill you. They don't need a reason. They burned this hotel down for why? Why? For what reason? You've destroyed these drug gangs have destroyed the whole infrastructure. No cruises go there. Nothing goes there. Poorest people in the Western Hemisphere. No money going in. People are going to starve, okay, because any aid that goes in stolen by the gangs. It's like Gaza. Oh, the starving people of Gaza, they bring them food in, and who steals it? Hamas. They got the guns. So that's how it works. But anyway, when I saw the Oloffson get burned down, I went, oh, man, it was really, the place is a special place. There are hotels like that all over the world that I stay in. The Oriental in Bangkok. Thailand, best hotel in the world. Okay? Nobody would know that, but it is. And there are places all over that I've stayed in that, King David in Jerusalem. But you just have to go, and you have to be there if you're going to the country. But anyway, I feel very bad for the poor people in Haiti. There is no solution to this problem unless a foreign nation takes it over. I don't think the Trump administration is going to do that. I wouldn't do it. The people will probably rebel sometime when they don't have anything to eat, but they don't have the guns. Drugs gangs have the guns. That's the world we live in. Sorry to end on that note, but it's an interesting story. Thank you for watching and listening to the No Spin News. I'm Bill O'Reilly. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching. To view full episodes of the No Spin News anytime, sign up to become a BillO'Reilly.com premium or concierge member today.